Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is November 12th, 2022. It's sunny outside. How do you feel today? How are you spending Saturday today? All of the faulty products are being gathered, retreated, taken back. All of the faulty products are being returned. All of the faulty products are being returned. All of the faulty products are being returned. Faulty products will diminish the reputation of the company, so which will be risky. Companies will try to avoid making faulty products, but with mass production, a couple of faulty products cannot be helped. They will appear, I think. But with sincere apologies and the care after the accident, customers will understand it, which might make their reputation better. Faulty products shouldn't be produced. If it is faulty products, it can be replaced with a new one according to the policy of the shop or company. Faulty product, faulty. If it is a faulty product, you can replace it with a new one up to 14 days of the date of the purchase. We are getting through the crisis. We are getting over the crisis. I've got over many crises. We've got over many crises. We've overcome many crises. We have overcome many crises. Environmental crisis. Environmental friendly. Environmentally friendly goods. Some people buy environmental friendly goods. Environment group. Environmental friendly goods, merchandises, products. Environmental. Environmental disaster. In order to environmental disaster, natural disaster. The unprecedented cause of the typhoon might be due to the environmental problem. Could you pronounce it correctly? Could you pronounce it correctly? I cannot pronounce some English words correctly. It's too difficult. Correctly. My essay was correctly by teacher. Could you pronounce it correctly? Can you play the piece correctly without any mistake? Correctly. 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 The problems were handled correctly. The lid of the pet bottle was not closed correctly, so the water came out when it fell from the table. The cap of the pet bottle was not closed correctly, so the water came out when it fell from the table. Can you take a risk? Can you run a risk? Without running a risk, we cannot achieve so drastically. Without taking a risk, without running a risk, we cannot achieve something great. I think more and more people avoiding taking a risk and choosing to become a salaried worker, and complain a lot about their duties. I think many people are choosing to become a salaried worker in order to avoid taking a risk, running a risk. Consumer confidence will circulate in rising and dropping. Consumer confidence, public confidence, consumer confidence. Consumer confidence will circulate in rising and going down, rising and going down, going up and down. Consumers are usually very sensitive to subtle rates, commodity rates, subtle rates of the prices. The dropping yen is such a huge threat to me, travelers. Dropping yen is a threat to travelers, outbounders. The newly stationed police office in the town decreased the occurrence of the crimes. The newly established police station in the vibrant town decreased the number of crimes, decreased the occurrences of the crimes, decreased the occurrence of the crimes. Occurrence, 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 occurrence. occurrence. We can avoid some occurrences to some extent with preparation. We can prevent some occurrences to a certain extent, to some degrees, with preparation. The occurrence could have been avoided if you had followed the advice from our parents. Some occurrences could have been avoided with a lot of caution, a lot of care. Some occurrences happened in the past could have been avoided, prevented, if they had followed the rules. If you had followed the advice from the teachers, this occurrence would not have happened. The rate of occurrence, the occurrence rate of the crime, is decreasing in this town thanks to the establishment of the police station. The occurrence of car accident has been increasing recently at the corner of the road. The companies aiming at only profits will not last long. The companies aiming at profits only will not last long. Some companies put emphasis on profit more than customers. Which do you put emphasis more on, profits or what you wanna do? Which do you put emphasis on? Which do you put emphasis more on, profits or what you wanna do? Which do you put emphasis on more? Which do you put emphasis on more, profits or what you wanna do? Some people cope with problems with money, by money. Some people like to cope with problems with money. Do you usually cope with problems on your own, or do you resort to someone? Do you turn to someone? Do you count on someone for help? Do you ask someone for help? Do you ask someone for help? I used to cope with high pressure before my performance. thank myself that I can do. I had practiced much more than anyone else. I can do like this. I coped with high pressure before my performance, saying to myself that I can do. Saying to myself, I can do. I practiced more than anyone else. I used to cope with high pressure before my performance with words, encouraging words such as I can do. Everything will be fine, and so on. I used to cope with high pressure before performing by saying to myself, I can do. Everything will be fine. I practice a lot more than I practiced a lot enough to achieve the goal. I practiced enough to make the performance better, make the performance good. Not many people have the confidence in performing in public. I think not many people have confidence about performing in public. Not many people have confidence of performing in public. Companies try to win confidence from customers. Companies try to win confidence from customers. Companies try to win customers' confidence. Companies, stores, shops try to win customers' confidence. Consumer confidence. Public confidence. The long length of service will increase the customer's confidence. The long service will increase the customer's confidence. The long service will increase the customer's confidence. The long service will increase the customer's confidence. Confidence. Do you try to win her confidence? It can take time to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It might be soon, or it can take a few months, or a year, or never. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It might be soon, or a couple of months, or a year, or never. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. It can take time for us to win someone's confidence. The long length of service will increase the customer's confidence. No mistakes nor corruption will increase the customer's confidence. The faulty products might decrease the customer's confidence, diminish customers' confidence. Faulty products might decrease the customer's confidence. Confidence. I'd like to win your confidence. The company wants to win customers' confidence from all over the world. The company wants to win customers' confidence from all over the world. The company wants to win customers' confidence from all over the world. The company wants to win customers' confidence from all over the world. The company wants to win customers' confidence from all over the world. I don't try to win everyone's confidence. 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 It's impossible. And winning everyone's confidence is impossible. 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 Winning everyone's confidence. Winning everyone's confidence is impossible. 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 The boxer had confidence in winning the match, so he accepted the offer. The champion had confidence in winning the match, so he accepted the offer from the challenger. The champion boxer had confidence about winning the match, so he accepted the challenge from the challenger. I don't have confidence in mathematics. I don't have confidence about mathematics. I think many people don't have confidence in themselves. I think many people don't have confidence about themselves. I try to have confidence in myself. I try to have confidence about myself. We should have confidence in ourselves. We should have confidence in ourselves. We should have confidence about ourselves. I have confidence in working round the clock. I have confidence about working night shift. I have confidence in continuing a thing for a long time. I have confidence about continuing a thing for a long time. Continuing a thing for a long time. I have confidence in sticking to what I decided for a long time or forever, eternally, perpetually, permanently, forever, eternally. I have confidence in sticking with what I have decided, eternally, perpetually, permanently, forever, permanently. I have confidence in keeping to what I have decided forever. I have confidence in sticking to what I have decided eternally. I don't have confidence in challenging the bungee jump. I don't have confidence in trying the bungee jump. I don't have confidence in trying the bungee jump. I don't have confidence in trying bungee jump. I don't have confidence about trying bungee jump. Do you have confidence in trying bungee jump? Do you have confidence in mathematics? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence about singing? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence about singing? Do you have confidence in singing? Do you have confidence about singing? What do you have confidence in? What do you have confidence in? What do you have confidence in? What do you have confidence about? Could you tell me what do you have confidence in? Could you tell me what do you have confidence in? Could you tell me what you have confidence in? Could you tell me what you have confidence about? Could you tell me what you have confidence about? Could you tell me what you have confidence in? What do you have confidence in? What do you have confidence in? What do you have confidence in? I have confidence in persistency, endurance, duration. I have confidence in persistency. I have confidence in persistency. I was confident that you had already passed the examination. Some investors were confident that the price of the stock would go up. Some investors were sure that the stock price would go up on the next day. Some of the investors were confident that the stock price would go up on the next day, the following day. Are you confident in performing in public? Are you confident in performing in public? Could you tell me what you are confident in? And we can take advantage it, and we will assign you to the department according to your good features. Could you tell me what you are confident about? Could you tell me what you are confident in? And we will assign you to the department which is suitable for you. Could you tell me could you tell me what you are confident in? Could you tell me what you are confident in? Could you tell me what you are confident of? Could you tell me what you are confident about? I'm confident in sticking with what I have decided for a long time. I'm confident in sticking to what I decided for a long time, or forever, eternally, perpetually, permanently. I'm confident in keeping to what I decided for a long time. The store is confident in high quality. The store is confident in high quality. The store is confident in the lowest price in the neighborhood. The store is confident in the lowest prices in the neighborhood. The store is confident about the lowest prices in the neighborhood. The store is confident of the lowest prices in the region, in the neighborhood. My teacher told me to perform confidently because I had practiced enough. My teacher told me to perform confidently and with relaxation. The teacher told the students to take the examinations confidently and with a lot of relaxation because they had prepared enough for the examination. Confidently. I cannot deliver a speech as confidently as you in public. I wish I could deliver a speech as confidently as you in public. I wish I could make a speech as confidently as you, confidently. Since she had worked as an anchor for 10 years, she had no worry to speak in public confidently. Since she had worked as an anchor for 10 years, she can speak in public confidently. Since she had worked as an anchor, she can make a speech, deliver a speech, she can talk in public confidently. Since she had worked as an anchor for 10 years, she could talk in public without hesitation, confidently. Because she had worked as an anchor for 10 years, she could talk in public without hesitation, confidently. Since she had worked as an anchor for 10 years, she could make a speech in public without hesitation, confidently. She could deliver a speech confidently in public with no hesitation, confidently. My teacher told me to perform confidently. confidently, 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 confidently. Confidently. Confidently, 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 confidently. I wish I could make a speech at the meeting as confidently as you. I wish I could make a speech, deliver a speech as confidently as you. I can never take the examinations confidently because I cannot be perfect. I think no one can be perfect, so no one is perfect condition to take the examination. I can never become perfect. I can never take the examinations confidently. I can never take examinations confidently. I can never take examinations. I can never take examinations confidently. 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 These documents are confidential, so please keep them in the storehouse and do not release them to outsiders, okay? All of the documents stored in this room are confidential, so please do not release the information to outsiders. All of the documents stored in this room are confidential, so please do not release the information. Please do not disclose, do not expose the information to outsiders. It will affect hugely to the company. Confidential. Confidential. There are some or many confidential documents or information, much information inside the company. The recipe to make the ramen is confidential. No one knows, but some people reproduced a similar one. The recipe for the ramen is confidential, so no one knows the recipe except for the founder of the ramen shop. But some people reproduced a similar one. My mother used to buy me some video games confidentially from my father. I think some of people have the same experiences when they were kids. When they were kids, my mother used to buy me some video games confidentially from my father. I think some of the viewers have the same experience. The promises were met confidentially between the two. The promises were met confidentially between the two beforehand. No one knows that you bought a diamond confidentially. 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 One of the members in the diet camp ate a piece of pizza during the camp, confidentially during the camp, by breaking the rule. One of the members in the diet camp ate a piece of pizza confidentially, confidentially, confidentially. My mother used to buy me video games confidentially from my father. I think some of the audiences have the same experiences. Confidentially. Confidentially. Some things might be proceeding confidentially. Some things might be proceeding confidentially. Some things might be proceeding confidentially. I bought the gift confidentially in order to present for my friend. I bought the jewelry confidentially in order to give it to my friend. I changed my clothes confidentially for the Halloween in the fitting room in order to surprise my friends. I changed my clothes in the fitting room confidentially in order to surprise my friends. Confidentially. Confidentially. The promise was met confidentially. The promise was met. The promise was made. The promise was made confidentially. The notorious project was proceeded confidentially. The project was proceeded confidentially. The little girl ate cake in the morning confidentially, and she is denying eating that. She is denying eating that. She apparently ate the cake confidentially because there are many chocolate on her face. But she is denying eating that. And she is blaming that on her brother. Some documents with confidentiality need to be kept in this room, and they cannot be brought out from this room. Confidentiality. Confidentiality. Some of the documents with confidentiality should not be brought out from this room. The confidentiality shouldn't be violated. Confidentiality obligation should not be intruded on. Shouldn't be violated. The employees, all of the employees must follow the obligation of confidentiality obligation. All of the employees of the company must adhere to follow the confidentiality obligation. Confidentiality. The executive was laid off for violating the confidentiality obligation. Confidentiality. The executive was fired for breaching the confidentiality obligation. The employee was fired for breaching the obligation, breaching the compliance, breaching the confidentiality. The employee was fired for violating the confidentiality obligation. Confidentiality. 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 All of the employees must follow the confidentiality obligation. More of the employees of this company have to follow, adhere to, keep to the confidentiality obligation. Confidentiality. 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 In this room, all of the documents are with confidentiality, so please do not bring them out of this room. All of the documents and information stored in this room are with confidentiality, so please do not bring them out of this room. All of the documents and information and other things in this room are with confidentiality, so please do not disclose them out of this room. All of the documents and information in this room are with confidentiality, so please do not bring them out of this room. The faulty parts were being replaced by the staff now. The faulty parts are being replaced now. Faulty products will diminish the reputation of the company. Faulty, defective. Faulty products will diminish the reputation of the company. Faulty products will diminish the reputation of the company. In order to decrease the number of faulty parts, the factory has its own system. In order to decrease the number of faulty products, the factory checked the products many times. Faulty, 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 faulty. Faulty products can be replaced with new one up to 14 days after the date of the purchase. The faulty products can be replaced with new ones up to 14 days after the date of the purchase. Faulty, faulty. Faulty products can be replaced with new ones. Faulty, faulty, faulty. faulty, faulty. Faulty products will be devastating to the company's reputation. I will have the faulty products replaced with new ones. I will have the company replace this faulty product with new one. I will get this faulty product fixed for free. I will have the company compensate for the faulty product. I will have the company compensate for the product. I will have this faulty product fixed for free. I will have the company replace this faulty product with new one. I will have the shop replace this faulty product with new one. I will get the shop to replace this faulty product with new one. The customer go to the shop to replace the faulty product with new one. Faulty. The customer had the shop replace the faulty product with new one. Faulty. The customer got the shop to replace the faulty product with new one. The customer had the shop replace the faulty product with new one. The customer had the company replace the faulty product with new one. Faulty. I'm sorry, it was fault. It was my fault. It is not my fault. It is not my fault. It is not your fault. It's none of our fault. Fault. The engineers found a couple of faults in the car, in the product. Engineers found a couple of defects in the product. The engineers found a couple of faults in the product, defects in product, and the engineer found a couple of faults in the car, in the product. Fault. The product arrived with fault, so I sent it back to the shop for free fixing. The product was sent with fault, so I sent it back to the store to get it fixed for free, to have it fixed for free. The merchandise was sent with fault, so I sent it back to the store to have it fixed for free, to have it fixed for free. Fault. The engineers faund a couple of faults in the car. The engineers found a couple of defects, faults in the product, which should be fixed, which should be replaced with other parts. The engineers found a couple of faults in the product. The engineers found a couple of faults in the product. Fault. The engineers found a couple of faults in the product. The engineers found a couple of defects, flaws. Fault. I'm sorry, it was all my fault. Let me compensate for that. It is none of our faults. It is none of our faults. It is none of our faults. None of the buses go to the center. None of the buses go to the center. None of us is responsible for that. None of us is faulty. None of us is faulty. It cannot be helped. It couldn't be helped. It couldn't be helped. It's none of our business. It's none of our fault. It couldn't be helped. It's not at fault of yours. You are not at fault. You are not at fault. None of us is at fault. None of us is at fault regarding the matter. Regarding the matter, as for the matter, as the matter, none of us is at fault. None of us is at fault. None of us is at fault. None of us is at fault regarding the matter. At fault. At fault. At fault. The product was found out to be at fault. Soon I opened it. Soon after I opened it, I realized the product arrived with some fault. So I sent it back to the store for free fixing, free amendment. The product arrived with fault. The product was proven to be at fault. The product turned out to be at fault. The product was proven to be at fault. The product turned out to be at fault. The product proved to be at fault. The plan proved to be at fault at the last minute, so we had to change some points at midnight. The plan turned out to be at fault at the last minute, so we had to change some part, working overtime on the last day. But it's on time. But it's in time for the event. The plan turned out to be at fault at the last minute, just one day before the event. But so we had to work overtime to be in time for the event. But it was in time. We did our best, so that event took place in time. At fault. None of us is at fault. At fault. None of us is at fault. At fault. At fault. Products at fault in this store is very rare. Products at fault in this store is very rare. Products at fault in this store are very rare. At fault. 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 The CEO turned out to be at fault of the accident. The car driver turned out to be at fault of the car accident for drunk driving. The car driver proved to be at fault of the car accident for drunk driving. Nothing is perfect. Everything will be at fault. At first. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. We are at fault. And we try to improve one by one to reach the perfection. But we cannot be perfect. At fault. Who is at fault of the accident? Who do you think is at fault of the accident? Who do you think is at fault of the failure of the project? Who do you think is at fault of the project failure? And who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the failure of the project? At fault. Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the car accident? Who do you think is at fault of the failure of the project? The project turned out to be at fault at the last minute. At fault. 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 The power of the shot by the volleyball player was devastating. The straight thrown by the pitcher was devastating. No one could hit the ball. The speedy ball thrown by the pitcher was devastating. No one could hit the ball. Devastating. Devastating. Monster bands are devastating. Monster bands are devastating. Some big companies are devastating. They take over much of the share of the products. Spoiling children might destroy, devastate their strength, resilience to withstand in the future in the society. Spoiling children might devastate their strength and patience. Don't devastate children's dreams. Don't destroy, devastate children's dreams. I was sometimes devastated by betrayal from people. I've been devastated from people. I've been devastated by betrayals from people. Some people are very nice at first, but they change and betray us. Which is too terrible, isn't it? Let's go to karaoke, shall we? Shall we go to karaoke? I can speak English to a certain extent. Can't you speak English, can you? You can speak English, can you? You can speak English, can't you? You like salmon, don't you? You don't like salmon, do you? Close the door, will you? I was devastated by the lies. I was devastated by betrayals from people. I was devastated by betrayals from people. I was devastated at the sharp drop of the stock prices. I think many people were devastated by the sharp drop of the crypto coins recently. I think many people were devastated by the sharp drop of the crypto coins, especially Bitcoin. The typhoon devastated many objects outside. The atomic bomb dropped onto Hiroshima and Nagasaki Prefecture. devastating many buildings and objects. The atomic bomb dropped onto Hiroshima and Nagasaki Prefecture, devastating many things. Natural disasters can devastate many things. Natural disaster can devastate not only buildings but also our feelings. Our feelings. Natural disasters can destroy not only buildings but also our hearts. Devastation should not be resorted at all costs, at any cost, at all costs. My parents will be the last people to betray me. Parents will be the last people to betray us. Family might be the last community to betray us. Devastation should not be resorted to. We should not resort to devastation. We should not turn to devastation. We should not count on devastation. Some big companies are overwhelming in the industry, in many industries. The level of the champion was obvious, overwhelming. The popularity of Liberal Democratic Party is overwhelming in Japan as of November 12th, 2022. The popularity of Liberal Democratic Party in Japan is overwhelming. The baseball team bet the opponent overwhelmingly, so many people felt sorry to the opponent. After the loss of the match, the athlete is training so hard to win the match overwhelmingly next time. The lost athlete is training so hard since he lost the match. And he is training so hard so that he can win the match next time overwhelmingly. The Liberal Democratic Party won the election overwhelmingly. Big companies overwhelm in many fields. I'd like to level up enough to overwhelm the opponent next time. The athlete is training hard so that in order to overwhelm the opponent next time. I'm usually overwhelmed by the pressure before my performance. I feel like dying before my performance. I feel so nervous. I'm usually overwhelmed by pressure before my performance. I'm usually overwhelmed by pressure. I don't like the nervousness overwhelmed by the pressure. I don't like the nervousness, overwhelmed by the pressure. I really don't like the nervousness, overwhelmed by the pressure. The baseball team had practiced a lot for today to overwhelm the opponent. The baseball team had practiced and trained a lot for today in order to overwhelm the opponent. During the peak season, the response might be delayed. So please keep that in mind. So please bear that in mind. During the high peak season, the response might be delayed. So please keep that in mind. So please bear that in mind. Response. The company responded in response to my questions. The company replied in response to my questions. Response, 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 response. The festival took place in response to the request by the festival participants. Since 3 years. The festival took place in response to the expectation from the citizens since 3 years. The festival took place in response to the expectation from the citizens since 3 years. Since 3 years. Since 3 years. The musician decided to pursue his career longer in response to his fans. The musician decided to take back retirement in response to the fans. The musician decided to release an album in response to the request and expectation from the fans. A quick response might be difficult when it is in peak season. A quick response is now not available. We are sorry for the inconvenience. A quick response cannot be available right now. We are sorry for the inconvenience. A quick response. A quick response. A quick response. A quick response. A quick response might be the key to success. Quick action and quick response might be the key to success. A quick response. A quick response. Quick response. Quick response. A quick response. A quick response. A quick response. Quick response. Quick response. The musician sang extra songs in response to the request from the fans. The company always offers a quick response to the customers. The store always offers a quick response to the customers. The store always gives a quick response to the customers. 80% of the respondents answered in favor of the taste of the new chocolate. 80% of the respondents answered in favor of the new taste of the chocolate. The respondents of the questionnaire can get the tissue paper, a pocket tissue paper. The respondents of the questionnaire can get the sticker. The respondent of the questionnaire can join the campaign, which can get gorgeous prizes such as 2 days and 2 day trip and 3-day accommodations. 2 day and 3 days accommodation. No, 2 accommodation and 3 days trip. 2-day accommodation and 3-day trip package. Respondent. The respondent of the questionnaire can join the campaign, which can get some prizes such as flight tickets, 10,000 yen, and so on. I try to respond to my clients quickly. I try to respond to the phone call by 3 calls. I try to respond to the phone calls by 3 calls. The company is well known for responding to the customer so quickly. When I'm busy, I can respond to within a day. When I'm busy, when I'm busy, when I'm busy, when I am, when I'm busy, when I'm busy, when I'm busy, when I am, when I'm busy, when I am, when I am, when I am busy, when I am, when I am busy, when I am busy, when I am busy, when I am busy, I cannot respond to you quickly. So please bear that in mind. Please keep that in mind. I'm sorry, I forgot to respond to you yesterday. I'm sorry, I forgot to respond to you yesterday. I'm sorry, I forgot to respond to you yesterday. I'm sorry, I forgot to respond to you yesterday. I'm sorry, but I forgot to respond to you yesterday. I forgot to respond to you yesterday. The company will respond to you within a week about your result. He is described as a superhero because he handles many difficult problems. He handles many difficult problems. No one else would like to handle. The employee described as superhero because he handles many delicate, difficult problems no one else wants to handle. Handling the machine is very difficult. To handle the machine, you need to pass the practical training. You need to take practical training under the professional. In order to handle the machine, you need to take practical training under the professional, under the veteran. In order to handle the machine, you need to take practical training under the veteran. Handling the territorial dispute is very difficult. Very difficult. Handling some problems are very difficult. Handling some problems are very difficult. Do you usually handle problems with money by money? Some people tend to handle problems with money by money. Some people tend to handle problems by money. Some people are inclined to handle problems with money by money. Some people are apt to handle problems by money. Some people are prone to handle problems by money. Some people are inclined to solve problem, resolve problem, resolve problem, solve problem, handle problems by money. Some people are inclined to handle problems with money by money. Some people are inclined to handle problems by money. Some people are apt to handle problems with money by money. Some people are apt to handle problems by money. Some people are apt to handle problems by money. Some people are apt to handle problems by money. Do you also handle problems by money? 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 It is said successful people handle the most difficult tasks in the morning. In the first place, it is said successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first in the morning. It is said that successful people tackle, deal with, manage, cope with, handle the most difficult tasks at first in the morning, in the first place. They say successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first in the morning. It is said successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first in the morning. It is said that successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first in the morning. It is said successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first. It is said that successful people successful. It is said that successful people handle the most difficult tasks at first. The driver is used to handling the tractor because he was working as a driver of a big tractor for 20 years. He gets used to driving a big tractor because he used to work as a driver of a big tractor. My mother said the previous car handled easier compared to the current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier. My mother said the previous car handled easier than this one, and this current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said that the previous car handled easier than the current one. Handle. With the advancement of technology, many machines will handle easier. Maybe all we have to do is to push the button, maybe. With the advancement of technology, more and more things will handle easier. Maybe all we have to do is to just to push the button, maybe. Smartphone handles very easily. Smartphone handles very easily, but smartphone cannot be handled easily by elderly people. I think many elderly people find it difficult to handle smartphones. I think many elderly people find it difficult to handle smartphones. I think many elderly people find it difficult to handle smartphones. Smartphones handle easy for me. But I sometimes push a different button by mistake. I think you have the same experience ever. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said the previous car handled easier than the current one. My mother said that the previous car handled easier than current one. With the advancement of technologies, more and more gadgets or machines will handle easier. With the advancement of technology, more and more gadgets or things will handle easier or simpler. My mother said the previous car could handle easier than the current one. My mother said the previous car could handle easier than current one. Smartphone handles easy for many people. Elderly people will find it difficult to handle smartphones. I think many elderly people will find it difficult to handle smartphones. All of the machines in this factory cannot handle easily. All of the high-tech machines in this facility cannot handle easily. They are difficult to operate. We need all of the employees operating the machine had training under the veteran, had practical training under the veteran. All of the machines running in this facility cannot handle easily. They are very delicate. We need at least 3 months training under the veteran before operating the machines. All of the machines in this factory cannot handle easily. All of the employees need to get the training before operating the machines. No machine in this factory can handle easily. 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 No machines in this factory can handle easily. The car in Japan is regarding the car in Japan, the handle is usually set on the right side of the car. The handle is usually set on the right side of the car in Japan. Handle. Where is the handle? Where did the handle go? The kid pleaded with his parent for buying the car game with the real handle with it. The kid pleaded with the parent for buying the car game with the real size handle. The kid begged the parent for buying the car video game with the real size handle. Do you grip the handle strongly when you drive, or just touch it? Do you grip the handle strongly when you drive, or just touch it? Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.